Here we go. Fast start Friday time. It's almost the top of the hour. Let's see. Let's see. What time is it? Yep, 1 minute till. 1 minute till. Are you able to share this out? All right. There's Sister Myra. Good evening, Myra. All right. Gregory Davis. Good evening. Dawn, what's up, sister? Good to see you. Bobby, great job with Dr. Tony, man. That was absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal stuff right there. Hey, Jennifer, good to see you. TJ, what's going on? Let's see. Elena, how are you? Carrie St. Louis, what's up, sister? Great to see you on here. Hey, Christy Sampson, great to see you. Joanne, how are you? What's up, Diane? Check it. Chuck time. Got a new pair of Chucks. Just got those yesterday. My goal is to have like 15 colors before I come to Nashville. Not that they don't have Chucks in Nashville. We'll keep adding to the collection out there too. Gregory Davis, what's going on, buddy? Kathy, great to see you. Let's see. Please start a fire, Myra says. Oh, you want the fire on, Myra? It can't. It's like 80 degrees here today. I can't turn on the fireplace. Actually, it'll be too warm. Which is probably the grass is always greener scenario. I know a lot of you out there in the south and the east were wishing it was 80. We seriously are wishing it was not. It gets a little ridiculous. Part of why we're leaving California, we would actually like the concept of seasons. That might be nice. Hey, Helen. Hey, Patty. Oh, Patty, I hope we're going to see you tomorrow night down at Ed and Gretel's. That's going to be awesome. A to the Ditas. What's up, brother? Alan Gallagher, good to see you on here, buddy. Rick and Susie, welcome. Hey, what's up? Sherry Gentry, brand new Gold Cruise winner for the second Gold Cruise. You guys are locked in. That's awesome. JP, you road warrior and machine, probably waiting for your plane with a couple of 50-pound bags full of samples, man. Talk about zero lag. Dude, beast mode, gets on a plane to serve his team. Talk about servant leader. I mean, what do you say? Guy gets on a plane from Iowa, goes to corporate, picks up product, fills up a couple suitcases so that his team can start zero lagging people, like literally zero lagging, right? Like he's going to get back tonight. Probably people are going to be meeting him at the airport in Iowa so that they can have product. That is legit. Incredible. Hey, R&R, good to see you guys on here. Ruthie Dean, great to see you. Love it. Alan, yeah, you've got probably 80-degree weather also right now, right? Mike McCleary, what's up, brother? Hopefully you're finally through the chaos of what was the busy season and the return season and life's normalizing. DTS, what's up, bro? Great job with Bobby. That was a phenomenal live that you guys did at the previous top of the hour. That was a fantastic job. Sister Elaine, great to see you on here. Bree, great to see you. All right, let's get this rolling. It's 6:02. Fast Start Friday. Here's what we're going to dial in on a little bit tonight. We're going to talk about high tech meets high touch, folks. There is absolutely a place for both of those. And I think to maximize the leverage in our businesses, for those of you that have been tuning into JDoc and myself. For those of you that were at the Dream Conference, you will probably recollect that we were incredibly blessed with the opportunity to speak at the event, and we were asked to speak about leveraging yourself through the tools, which was an easy topic for us because that's one of the reasons why we're so passionate about this industry is, first and foremost, we get to win by helping others win. That's number one, right? But number two is that this is a business model that will give most people, ourselves included, especially when you rewind back to 2008 when we really dove all into this business model, it gives the average person like us the opportunity for extraordinary leverage. Okay, so we're really passionate about the leverage equation because here's one thing that we understand very, very well. Without leverage, you have no lifestyle. Right, folks? Without leverage, the only other game plan is basically trading hours for dollars, right? There's two basic economic models. One of them is trade, effort or hours, if you will, in exchange for dollars. That could be both transactional income or a wage. And the other version of it is leverage. And wealthy people don't necessarily measure wealth in dollar signs. They measure it in time freedom. And so one of the key components to what we have with Viseo and what we have as Hope Brokers, and why we have worked tirelessly to build out the Hope Brokers platform for everyone in this organization, is to give you a platform for leverage. And so obviously this will always be a relationship business. And so I want everybody to first and foremost understand one thing. I can't think off the top of my head the way to start this with two of the same letter like I do with the tools will always trump talent and systems will always trump skill set. I'll come up with something. How about love will always trump leverage, okay? It's another way to say this, guys and gals. Yes, there's a place for high tech because we get leverage out of that, and some of the tools, and we're going to talk about some of this tonight, some of the best tools we have in our tool belt with both Viseo as a whole and with Hope Brokers are technical in nature. But above and beyond those things, this is still a relationship business, period. Somebody type in relationships, comma, period, okay? Because that's never going to change, folks. And if we're doing it, I don't want to say correctly, but for lack of a better word, if we're going to make the most of the tools, we understand that we're doing so in a spirit of relationships. In other words, to get the most out of the tools, we want to apply those to the end goal of furthering our ability to build relationships, okay? And so let me talk a little bit about a couple of the aspects of the high-tech piece of this and how you convert it into high touch, okay? Because again, relationships, you can interchange that word with high touch. Let's talk social media for a minute, just a quick minute, because that could be a whole nother training, and maybe we'll do one of those. Obviously, social media has changed the world. It's changed the way everybody on the planet lives, and so the idea of ignoring the significance of social media in any aspect of our lives, including building your dreams, including building your Viseo business, well, that would be foolish. So we're not going to ignore it. But here's the key that I want all of you to understand. We're huge advocates of social media. We do a lot with social media, and there's a lot of opportunity. But understand one thing. Here's the synonym that I want all of you to type into the comments, okay? Here's what social media is for in this business if you want to do it well. It's called friend farming. Everybody type in friend farming. Folks, social media is just a phenomenal way where, the old guard, if you will, the original pioneers of multi-level marketing used to have an expression called the 3-foot rule, okay? And that basically referred to the idea that if you were I love what Mark Ewell is continuing to circle back to, right? Every time you're hearing Mark Ewell, and he said it again today on his Facebook Live with JP, which I love. He said he's never going to stop talking about this, and I don't think he should. You need to, if you want to have basically a career residual income, right? If you want to have a livelihood type of income from this industry, you're going to need a list of 250 names, okay? Here's the power of friend farming from how you can utilize social media wisely. It's called making new relationships one person at a time, taking an interest in other people, learning about other people, finding out what other people's hopes and dreams and goals and desires and ambitions are. Social media can actually facilitate that process for you. It's the modern day version of the 3-foot rule. It's less than 3 feet. Right now my phone's a little more than 3 feet away from me. But the cool thing about social media is you can make new contacts. You can reach out and connect with new people. And folks, if you don't yet have a list with 250 names on it, and if one of the best and brightest, most phenomenal, most accomplished, highest earning, most humble, most genuine people in this industry who's in all of our line of sponsorship, right? He's Rob Alwyn's personal sponsor, Mark Ewell. If he is teaching us that from his 30 years of experience and nearly $40 million in income, and like I've said many times, income is only a point of reference to impact, okay? Income in this Speak of the Devil. There's Mark now. Mark, we're just talking about you. Welcome aboard. Love having you on here. Folks, income only follows impact. So the reason I always refer back to that when I kind of cite the fact that Mark has earned what is approaching or something close to 40 million is because I want you to understand is that he's made massive amounts of impact in the lives of a large number of people. And so the bottom line is the numbers don't lie, just like Mark said earlier today. So if we know that we're striving towards something that will give us a career level income from this profession, if we know that's going to require a names list of 250 people, and if we don't yet have 250 people, well, then we need to find a way to be constantly adding people to our names list. And that's one of the things that Jolene and I took really seriously when we were taught that about 10 years ago. One of the things that's part of the 2 and 2s, if you're on hbfaststart.com and you click over to the 10-step pattern of success, one of the things you'll see on there is that there's actually 4 2s, right? There's 2, 2, 2, and 2s. So obviously we want to contact 2 people a day. We want to share samples with 2 people a day. We want to follow up with 2 people a day. Well, the 4th 2 is adding 2 people to your names list every day, folks. A great way to do that is to simply make new friends on social media, one person at a time, showing an interest in them. I'll tell you, I heard this once and I love the way it goes. Social media should be thought of more as a stethoscope, not a bullhorn, okay? For you to get leverage out of social media, it's all about 2 ears, 1 mouth. It's all about how you can learn, right? 2 or 2, 1, right? It's all about how we can learn about other people. Find out, again, like I already said, what's of value to them, what's important to them, what does their family dynamic. You can learn a lot from just paying attention to what other people have going on in their social media. So, now, kind of parlaying that forward into some Visayo-specific components, and this has got me really fired up. Bobby kind of touched on it in his video, which if you guys didn't watch the video earlier today with Bobby and Dr. Tony Smith, it was phenomenal. So I would encourage you after this, don't click away yet, after this, go over and watch that video. They had a lot of great nuggets in there. But here's something I'm excited about. My guess is many of you have potentially not yet really dove into this. So somebody please type into the comments, you want to, after this Fast Start Friday is over, I want all of you to go to the website, www.visayoapp.com. So folks, in your Visayo app that is on your mobile device, there is a training video that talks about the sampling program, which is phenomenal, okay? And it was my impression from that training video that this dashboard that exists that you'll want to pull up on something with a bigger screen, by the way, to really get the most from it. You're going to want to access that on an iPad or a laptop or a regular desktop computer. But that website is the true dashboard that goes along with your mobile app. And folks, it is so much more than just the sampling program. It is a full-blown CRM. For those of you that might not be familiar with that acronym, it stands for Client Relationship Manager or Customer Relationship Manager. It's a little bit more of a corporate America term, but folks, it is nonetheless extremely valuable for each and every one of us that want to build a real business. It's a way to keep track of all your contacts. I mean, I was blown away. I've been spending a lot of time in there the last couple of days. Why? Well, because of the sampling program. As you have heard us mention, we knew what was coming. We knew our goal was to put in 40 additional personals. Right now, I think Jolene and I are sitting on somewhere around 60 personally sponsored. The goal for this year is bare bones minimum another 40. And so we started ramping up for that towards the end of last year. Where that got us was 109 brand new prospects that wanted to try samples of V-Slim. And so as I've been working through adding those people into the sampling program and getting their samples sent out, I've been spending more time inside the dashboard version of the app, if you will, on the actual website, on my computer, www.viseoapp.com. Folks, blew my mind how much incredible resources you will find in there. Again, there is a to-do list in there, so you don't let any of your prospects fall through the cracks. I'll tell you this. If you're going to spark off momentum in your own business, right? Viseo is about to go into momentum big time, okay? It's already started. I think it started last weekend at the Dream Conference, for real. And it's going to just continue to escalate. But what that's really a reflection of is individual momentum for each and every person that's really diving into their business, massive action style, okay? And so when you're taking massive action, like Clint and Rebecca, for example, my gosh, drove all the way to Orlando and did, as soon as the Dream Conference was over, started driving around Florida doing Shake It and Share It meetings, and then all the way back to California, stopping along the way where they knew people doing Shake It and Share It meetings. They drove through all kinds of insane weather. Folks, that's massive action, right? When you start taking massive action, which is what momentum comes from, it's easy for people to fall through the cracks, at least for me. I absolutely suffer from squirrel syndrome, right? Squirrel! So I was so excited. I'm so grateful to see that when you go into the full version of www.viseoapp.com, it has got a full-blown contact management system. It's got automated reminders for the people you've already sent samples to. It's got a drip campaign that's going to continue to inform and educate them about the products. I mean, it has got so many incredible features. It's got like a dashboard that gives you milestones for the day in terms of activity. There's like 5 check boxes that go across the top, and so it's got like a minimum standard of activity to let you know how you're doing. Folks, mind-blowing. If you want to treat your business like a business, which I believe all of you do, there's like 60 plus something of you on here right now, you wouldn't be on Fast Start Friday on a Friday if you weren't dialed in, right? You obviously have a big dream. You're on here on a Friday night. And so here's what I know. Big dream means build a big business. Build a big business means treat it like a business. Treat it like a business means leverage the resources that the best of the best have put into place for us. Folks, Dallin Larson, best of the best. Daniel Piku, best of the best. Dan Zhu, best of the best. You know what they've done? They've continued to further the process, raise the bar, if you will, at putting us in an even better position to win, right? I think Dallin's going to have to start saying, I keep promising you guys I'm going to put you in a position to win, and I'm going to continue to put you into an even better position to win, because that's what they just did, folks. I am blown away at how you can literally manage your entire business from this dashboard. Everything you need to do, you can set, like tasks. It's got follow-up reminders. Like I said, you can send people direct messages. You can get text alerts when their samples go out. You can get notifications via email or text when they're watching the videos. I mean, I was just, again, I've been using the app on my phone a lot. We make a lot of use out of the actual mobile app. But this full computer dashboard version that you'll get when you, again, get onto a bigger screen, it's 10 times more robust, and it is an end-to-end process for managing your business. Now, you might not be a super high-tech person. Well, that's okay. It doesn't mean you necessarily have to spend hours in front of a computer. Just understand that, like Jolene talked about in Orlando, she talked about the fulcrum, right? And she talked about how the tools are the fulcrum for leverage. On one end of the fulcrum, you have your effort, okay? And on the other end of the fulcrum, you have your dream. The bigger your dream, the more significant the fulcrum, creating leverage for you to move that dream, to bring that dream to life, okay? We need that fulcrum. So here's what I'll tell you, guys and gals. I'm going to circle back to something that, again, is probably starting to sound redundant, but on purpose. I want all of you guys to really embrace this. I want it to resonate down in you. Here's the deal. As much as I would love to, there's something that I have to personally embrace. I'm probably never going to be, because it's not my gift, okay, the inspirational, motivational speaker that Rob Alwyn is. Do I wish I was? I do. Honestly, I really wish I do. I wish I could impact all of you the way Rob does. But it's not my gift, okay? And so every single one of you, every single one of us, I know I have different gifts than Rob, and Jolene has different gifts than me, and every single one of you have gifts, legitimate gifts that the rest of the people watching don't have. Here's the importance of tools, folks. The tools are the thing that bridge the gap between our gifts and the areas that are not our gifting to still get us the same results. Now, here's what I'll tell you. For as much as I really passionately hope to grow someday into the person that can inspire all of you the way Rob Alwyn does, that may or may not happen because it's not my gifting. But here's what I know will happen, folks. I will get the same results that Rob Alwyn is getting because I will use the tools to the effect that will level that playing field, that will create that lever that will give us the same ability to have the outcomes that the Black Diamonds have, even though we don't have the same gifts, okay? That's why I want you guys to embrace the significance of tools and of leverage. If each of our personal Viseo opportunity was measured only by our gifts, that might not measure up so well for some of us. It certainly would not have measured up so well for Jolene and I, again, back in 2008 when we pushed the chips all in for this journey, this now newfound passion, newfound profession, newfound career as full-blown network marketers, right? Love it, proud of it, grateful for it, can't imagine doing life any other way because it allows us to do life with you guys. Okay, but if what we perceived as our gifts and talents at that starting line was supposed to be the measure of our potential, it would have been very discouraging because, folks, we just didn't believe in ourselves a whole lot back then. I mean, I'll be honest, our circumstances did a really good job of convincing us that maybe our dreams were not for us, okay? And we clung as tightly as we could, and then praise the Lord, like I've said many times, our answered prayers came in the form of an introduction to Rob Alwyn, because you know what Rob did for us, just like he's done for so many of you. He kind of reached down and helped us reach down and realize that even though they were hanging on by just a thread, he helped us embrace the idea that we did not have to allow our current circumstances to dictate our future. But the way that would come to fruition is by fully embracing the importance of tools and the way the tools create leverage for us, create a level playing field, kind of bridge the gap between talent that we were lacking and the outcome that we wanted, okay? So understand something, guys and gals. Some of you will use the tools different than others of you because your talents will fill in those gaps. Ain't it great? Embrace your talent. Don't shy away from the fact that each of you have different talents. Some of you are going to have better focus than I do, right? And so maybe you don't need that contact manager in the back office. Some of you, you've mastered the ability of running your life in a calendar, right? In a calendar like this, right? Like your Viseo planner. I don't know where mine's sitting over on the couch. But here's the deal. For me, I get distracted way too easily, so I'm embracing this tool of www.viseoapp.com because it helps overcome some of the things that I'm not as talented at, right? One of my talents is not focus. I don't know if it's a talent or not. One of the things I think I benefit from is the antithesis of focus, which is kind of just being hyper, and I use that hyperactivity to be high energy, to be massive action all the time, to be full throttle all the time, and so that's how I compensate. So anyway, I think you guys get the point, right? Tools are so important, folks, and I want all of you to take some time before this weekend's over. I want you guys to log on to www.viseoapp.com. You use the same exact login credentials that you would when you log into your back office, okay? I think you're going to be abundantly impressed. One of our other amazing leaders who also has a set of gifts and talents and skills that I do not, none other than the wonderful Mr. Alan Delaney, who really, actually, it's a little bit unfair because he can present with the best of us. He can articulate and speak with the best of us. He's got a better sense of humor than most of us, and he's got this technical capacity that makes me sick, quite frankly, because he's got the ability to do things that I can't seem to figure out. And I thought I was technical until I met him. But here's the cool thing. A to the Denis is going to dive in and help record eventually some more in-depth training videos. I know Viseo is also going to work on some additional training videos for how to work through this new dashboard. But folks, whether you're brand new, right? This is called Fast Start Friday. Whether you're brand new or whether you've been here since 2016 when we hadn't even started the soft launch yet, wherever you're at in your business, today could be day 1, today could be day 401. What I can tell you is this. That dashboard can help move the needle on your business. It absolutely can. So get in there and figure out how it'll work for you, right? We might not all use that dashboard the same, but I think if you get in there and spend some time on it, you will figure out ways that you can utilize it for your own benefit. I love the fact that we can simply put our contacts in there. That system sends the samples out for us, but then that system reminds us to follow up. It sends them drip emails so that they're getting educated and informed on not only actually the products, but a little bit about who is Viseo, what is Viseo. It really is kind of the best version I've seen so far of let a tool do the talking. And so that is super, super powerful. And so that's where, again, let me just say this to kind of bring this full circle when we talk about we're gonna find that happy medium between we mesh high touch and high tech. So while all of that automation is really, really powerful, here's the other thing I would, I don't even want to say I would, that I cannot possibly encourage you strongly enough. Folks, don't lose sight of relationships at the expense of using the tools. The tool, like I said earlier, is just a mechanism that you can get more efficiency in your relationship building. It's almost like having an assistant, right? You can delegate some of the tasks into that automation. But here's what I want you to know. Every single person that you put into the app, that you put into that dashboard is still a person. And what's going to benefit them and you the most is the relationship that you will build with them, is the chance that they could potentially get immersed into this Hope Brokers community. The chance that they could potentially be blessed by having someone like a Rob Alwyn speak into their life. The chance that they could potentially be blessed by having their confidence grow when they hear someone like a Dr. Tony Smith give accolades to not only this product lineup, but this overall opportunity platform. I mean, think about it. A super successful chiropractor who's extremely well married to a wife who's a successful entrepreneur. And why in the world would they be doing network marketing, right? And so, folks, we'll never get better value out of how we can impact people's lives than we do by getting them immersed in Hope Brokers, okay? That's where high tech can meet high touch yet again. The Hope Brokers community on Facebook is phenomenal, and your people will, really get a chance to see the fabric, the heartbeat, the culture of what they're being invited into when you get them immersed into Hope Brokers. And so understand that, this is a really, really happy marriage that we have our hands on between high tech and high touch. One will never supersede the other if you're going to get the most leverage out of this. But if somebody said, Ryan, you have to choose one, which is it? Obviously, high touch is always going to win, folks. Old school focus on simply building relationships, connecting people at a heart level, taking an interest in them, learning what's important to them, making their dream your dream, that's what's going to build you a big business, even if we had no technical tools, right? You could still do that today. If somebody said, you can't use Facebook, You can't use that dashboard. You can't use text messaging. We could go back to the old version of the 3-foot rule. It might take a little bit longer, but folks, you could still build a black diamond chip one person at a time, caring about one person at a time, learning about one person at a time, showing a real interest in one person at a time. That's always going to supersede all of this other stuff. So just understand that the tools enhance what we're doing. They accelerate what we're doing. For those of us like me that are easily distracted, they help keep us on track maybe a little bit. But folks, at the end of the day, it's still a relationship business. That doesn't require a particular skill set. It doesn't require a particular set of talents. All it requires is your heart, your heart, your willingness to be that person in the lives of other people that is just maybe sometimes even there to listen, right? It's not even always about what you say and how well you say it and how much you know. Sometimes you would be amazed, right? Sometimes the conversations that people think are the best conversations they've ever been involved in are the conversations where, they did all the talking and you did all the listening, so it really wasn't a conversation, and they think you're like the most wonderful communicator they've ever met because you were just an ear for them. You just were there to listen for them. And so folks, don't lose sight of that, right? We've got a great aspect of how to build our business with social media and with technology and with tools. And yes, posting things on your Facebook is great. Using the app with some of those resources that are now part of the mobile app, where you can send a little post out to your Facebook page from the app. That's awesome. But don't lose sight of those people. Don't circumvent reaching out to those people on a one-off basis and learning about them, digging in with them. Slow down, take your time with each person, build a real relationship. That's going to build you a real business. So guys and gals, you can do this. The best keeps getting better. Grateful for each and every one of you. Hopefully this was an effective and impactful Fast Start Friday. We love you guys. We're beyond humbled that the good Lord would choose us to get to do life with each of you. Can't believe that we get to be part of this Hope Brokers community. Can't believe that so many of you would actually entrust the idea that we can speak into your lives. It's more humbling than probably we effectively express at times, but we are beyond humbled to be in the midst of so many amazing people. You guys inspire us. You're amazing, wonderful people. You've enriched our lives in an immeasurable way. And speaking of amazing servant leaders that set the bar really high, that are genuine and really exemplify love and caring about people, tomorrow morning, Saturday Roundtable will be headed up by Vincent St. Louis. Love that brother, another 30-year veteran of this industry, another man who epitomizes servant leadership. Always love listening to Vincent. Cannot wait till tomorrow morning's tomorrow morning's Saturday Roundtable. And so that's going to be a good one, folks. Make sure you promote it. Make sure you dial in. You'll be blessed when you tune in to Vincent. And so, guys and gals, we love you. God bless. And we'll talk to you soon.